Dana's been rumoring something.
Crazy. Dana has been talking about a big super fight that's upcoming. He mentioned this first on the Nelk Boys podcast last week. And I think ever since then, everyone in the MMA community has just been like pretending that they know what it is.
Mm.
I don't think anyone actually knows.
What does it even mean?
I don't know. Apparently, it's a super fight that doesn't include Conor. Because that's what they said. They were like, is there anything happening potentially? Because obviously, Conor fights, it's always going to be a super fight.
Is it rumored for 300? Or is it just rumored for next year?
Just at some point, they're trying to make it. It's not confirmed, but apparently they're trying to make this super fight that might happen next year. It's just Dana being Dana, isn't it? He always says random shit. He's probably got this little idea on the back of his head. I think it's maybe a BMF fight between Gaethje and Holloway, because it has been talked about. And a few other people have mentioned it. That is
Like
a super
us.
fight. We did. We were the first.
We were. And then a couple of people kind of went on after that. But, okay, that, I guess, because super fight, you've either got to have some massive name or names coming back.
Two title holders.
Coming back. You've got to have, one guy moving up a weight division to fight for another title. So, it would have to be a champ. Or does a number one ranked featherweight moving up to lightweight to fight for a gimmick title count as a super fight?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's usually star power, right? And Gaethje versus Holloway, it's a lot of star power.
Don't get me. Don't put those words in my mouth. I'm not saying that they are big stars, but there's no real title on the line. There's no one coming back that we haven't seen for a wee while.
I think it's the intrigue, though. You know, there's a lot of intrigue. There could be. There's a few other fights that it could be. I've heard Ronda Rousey's name being chucked around, but I really don't think that's going to happen. But it could be Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm too, or some shit.
Okay, that's true, because we do need that would be for the vacant bantamweight
one, yeah. Because they are fighting. That's already been fought for, though.
Oh, has it?
It is a woman's BMF.
A woman's BMF.
Yeah, still works. BFF, baddest father fucker, baddest motherfucker.
I think we just keep it as BMF.
BMF, just leave it.
We don't have to
BW.
get dicey with who they're fucking.
Baddest woman.
BW.
Just BW.
BW, bad woman.
Bad woman. Bad woman belt. What's on the line today? The bad woman belt.
Book it. Book it now. I saw a rumor that it could be GSP coming back and fighting Nick Diaz. But yeah, I think what you said is more likely to happen. They are more likely to have one of those grappling matches.
Yeah, I think so, right? Like, just doesn't make sense for them to come back now way out of their
GSP
prime.
is going to come back and fight anyone, though. After watching Nick's last performance against Robbie Lawler, I was sitting there thinking, like, anyone can beat
maybe I could jump in the UFC.
No, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I think Nick came into that fight really unprepared, which was odd because we saw pictures of him and he was looking like ripped and like he was looking prepared.
Oh, no, I don't think we saw any ripped photos of him in the build up to that fight, but
like semi-recent to that fight.
He looked like Ben Askren.
He did.
Walking in there.
He looked slow. He looked labored. He looked like he could not be bothered.
Yeah.
At all. And it looked like he was there for a paycheck, which he probably was. There was rumors of him fighting Masvidal like 3 years before that. Imagine if that happened.
That would have been great. But he keeps talking. I follow his Instagram. He keeps talking about coming back.
Return, yeah.
He keeps tagging Dana and everything, and like keeps talking about coming back. So
GSP's been a bit active on Instagram as well. I've noticed. If we have a wee look at his gram.
His gram.
Do you reckon there's anything on here that like hints at a return? Because they usually hint at it, right? Like, so he did post this, which is obviously a picture of him fighting.
When I was in my prime,
ready for war. Look at this guy. GSP come back and fight the winner of Leon versus Colby.
That's some chat.
That is a sick photo, though.
That is a great photo.
Awesome. There's also a picture of him eating some ice cream. About his water fast.
I had someone saying, I saw it online, that first photo that we were looking at, saying that is like one of the baddest photos in MMA. But I don't agree.
Pretty cool. Well, look
I
at the
agree. It's probably
coaches.
the baddest photo of GSP in his MMA career, but there's a lot scarier guys. Like,
I just look at the coaches there. He's obviously got Greg Jackson, got Faraz Zahabi. What's his name? Who's the guy on the right? I think that's the boxing coach. What's he called? I can't remember. And he's obviously got John Danaher on the left with hair, and and he's not wearing a. Oh no, he is wearing a rash guard. Of course he is. I think that's why people think it's so dope, because the coaches, the lineup of coaches there are like, that's like 4 of the best.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Oh. Yeah, there you go. And I'm man enough to admit it too.
It's okay. The guy on the left, John Danaher, is a crazy motherfucker. He's from New Zealand, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he's one of the best grappling coaches ever. He coaches Gordon Ryan.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. There's a name I know.
That's a name you know. Big grappling man.
Yeah. Okay. So we've discussed who we think this super fight could be.
Yeah, with relative incoherence as usual. That's us. That's pretty much that's who we are, and we're not going to change.
Yeah.
Not for anyone.
Relatively incoherent.
Relatively incoherent, but relatively okay as well.
Mike Perry versus Eddie Alvarez. You watched that live, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Did you?
I watched it on my lunch break today because I did want to talk about it.
Good fight.
Great fight.
Banger.
It is seeming to be, I heard something that Mike Perry said after the fight, which is actually what reminded me to watch it in the first place, because I didn't really know that it was taking place on the same day. But anyway, again, just my terrible research.
The marketing wasn't great. Well, there was some, better than like most boxing fights, but the marketing wasn't great, so maybe it just didn't reach you.
Either way, Mike Perry didn't look like, if that was going to continue on for another 3 rounds, that was looking like a pretty close fight.
Yeah, honestly.
What I was saying, yeah. So I heard him saying after that fight, he wants to find someone who matches his energy, because there's been so many guys now that go in there and they go a couple rounds, or they go a round, they get hit in the face without any gloves on, and they go, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here. Like, and he's the only guy who has gone in there time and time again. And
at the top level of it, yeah.
Man, like, and I'd love to see that too. Someone who go in there again and get a good 5 rounds out of him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he needs to fight someone who's like actually experienced in bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Alvarez had that fight against Chad Mendes in bare knuckle, and he won that fight. And that was close. Which is interesting.
That's a good point.
He did have a 5-round war with Mendes, and he won that. But obviously, Luke Rockhold had never stepped in the ring before as a bare knuckle fighter, and
that
he
was
was
a
just
paycheck.
like, he was just like, screw this shit. My tooth has been knocked out already.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any more of that crap, which is fair enough.
Yeah,
honestly.
Especially when you're that pretty looking.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to fight.
More teeth knocked out.
Why would someone like Luke Rockhold need to fight?
Yeah.
He's not the smartest, is he? No, you said it.
Hey?
You said it.
I said he was pretty. You said he wasn't the smartest.
I don't know what I said and what you didn't say. Luckily, it's being recorded, so
it's not a very smart thing of you to say.
It isn't. But no,
I'm all compliments here, Luke.
Love you, Luke.
Rockhold.
You're a great guy.
Yeah, you want to watch this guy. Okay, so yeah, he had that fight against Luke Rockhold, which he won via first round stoppage. Before that, it was MVP.
Before that, it was
Michael Venom Page.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Which I think may have gone the distance.
It did. It went to a sudden death decision fight, and Perry won that final round.
Right.
It was like a draw, and yeah, it went to a sudden death round, which is crazy. That's cool.
Before that
it was Justin Lanes, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
I think so, yeah.
And he won.
I agree with you. It's hard to market, though, I think, putting him up against a bare knuckle guy, because no one really knows who they are.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. No one's gonna go in there and outscrap him until he gets in there with an experienced guy who's not been wearing gloves his whole career.
Exactly, because it's a different game, and everyone who goes in there and says it is a completely different game when you jump in there. It's like it's not it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
No,
like it
you
is
get
over in
out
the
and all your
UFC.
teeth are rattling.
Yeah, exactly. Like you take hard knuckles to the face. Like
Yeah.
the gloves in MMA aren't that big, but at least it's something. Like there's a bit of padding there that's gonna stop your face
It's
from getting
4
mangled.
ounces
Yeah.
less. Like 4 ounces is a lot when
A lot of
when
protection
it's
compared to
to nothing. Yeah.
And your hands get all busted up as well. And like Eddie said, like Eddie's face was blown up
Oh,
to
it was
shreds.
terrible, man.
But he was winning the fight, in
He
my
was,
opinion. He
yeah.
won the first round definitely. The second round was closer, but I still think he was winning.
Mm.
And they
And then he
threw in
just
the towel.
complained about
Obviously,
not being able to see.
tough. I think they just get in there and they're just like, this is a different ball game, and I don't want any part of it
Yeah.
right now. And fair enough, I'd probably do the same.
Understandable,
It's not easy. But yeah, all congrats to Mike Perry. He's an absolute G, and he's bossing it over there in bare knuckle.
I love Mike Perry, bro.
EK, yeah, he's funny.
That's my guy.
My shit.
That's my no.
Leave it at-
That's my
just leave it at
guy.
that.
Mike Perry, my guy.
He's 1/3 African.
No, it's a 64th Nigerian.
So he's a 64th Nigerian.
I was recently told that it was Nigerian because for the majority of my life, my grandma told me it was Jamaican.
But are you actually?
Yeah. No, it's
Oh,
not a
I
lie.
thought we were
I was
talking about
told
Mike
for the
Perry.
majority of my life that I was a 64th Jamaican until my nana did a DNA test. Found out she is actually part Nigerian
100%.
rather than Jamaican. So that was an interesting development in my life.
So, but